deepen our spirituality and make a better world. If you have questions about First Parish or Unitarian Universalism, someone from our membership team will be at the welcome table during coffee hour to greet you and answer any questions. Reverend Lisa and Kate Holland, our Director of Lifespan Education, are also available after the service and would love to meet you. A big thanks to all our service participants whose names are in the order of service. And please remember to silence your cell phones for our time together. Please join me now in taking a moment to say hello to one another, including a wave to those online at the camera. Our heartfelt welcome to all. Let us now turn our hearts and minds to worship. But before then, we have a special announcement from our treasurer, Claire Lewis.
Hi, everybody. So, first of all, welcome back. And I sent out an email this past week that explained we, the collective, not the loyal, have made a decision to move to a new online giving platform. So if you currently have recurring donations in Vanco, you got a separate email, and I will help you work through that. The new platform is called Servant Keeper Online Giving. There's instructions in the email that we sent out. It seems to be much more user-friendly and gives a lot more information to congregants about their giving records. So it's pretty new still. I don't have all the answers, but I'm quite willing to help figure out if anybody has any issues or questions. And I will be downstairs in the sunroom after the service. And if you have time today, I'm happy to help you figure it out. I will also be back on the 28th after the service, and you can always feel free to reach out via the email of the treasurer at uuwayland.org. So I encourage everybody to set up an account at Servant Keeper Online Giving because of that history that you can see there, because it integrates with our database, which is called Servant Keeper. That's just its name. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your support of First Parish, and I am introducing Jada and Luca to light the chalice.
And as Jada and Luca walk up, I'm just going to remind everyone that we have a picnic next Sunday, a welcome back picnic, rain or shine, outdoors if it's sunny, indoors if it's not. Please check your email and notices from the church to sign up to help bring food if you like. Hope you can be there.
Good morning. Please join me in saying our covenant, which is in the first page of whatever this is called. It's like I've never done this before. With open minds and loving hearts, we gather to search for meaning, to care for one another, and to work together for a better world.
Thank you, choir, and welcome back to all of you. Beautiful music for us this morning. Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Much better. What a joy to see all of your shining faces, familiar ones and new ones, young and seasoned like mine. All of us here together to join in the celebration of simply being together. Just take a look around now and just beam your smile at everyone around you. See your friends, give them a little wave. Taking joy in the feeling of our community, of belonging to something bigger and stronger, and can I say holier than ourselves? And I use that word holy to mean a community that is precious, valuable, spirit-filled, and blessed, right here, in this place, with all of us here. So welcome to this place, whether you've been coming here for months, years, decades even, or are brand new, just maybe testing the waters. Our welcome is as wide and deep as the ocean, as life-giving and refreshing in this hurting world, in these troubling times, as the water we will bless together today. So welcome. Welcome home. This is The Eden That We Share by Katie and Crow. Take me to the places that fill me with flowers and paint my insides with primrose and sorrel. Show me the mornings when the river mist ties dewdrops to my hair and fills my eyes with promise. Bathe me in the waters that take all of who I am with no judgment and return me to the land reborn. Sing to me the bird song of sweet nightingales and the linnets that bid me join their libertine chorus. Dress me in the greenery of the sweet, soft moss that takes all fear and worry from my brow. Feed me the riches of honeyed nettle flowers and the Cornish gorse that brings hopeful sunshine to my lips. And in return, take of me what you will, that I too may bring some gift of balance to this Eden that we share. Dear friends, come now into this sacred and beloved space we create together each week, and let us worship together. And now please rise in body and or spirit and join in singing hymn number 361 in the gray hymnal, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In.
Today we'll be Did it go through? There it is. There it is. So I'm like a big golden retriever. I'm so excited to see everyone again. So this morning, I thought we would take some time and we were going to talk a little bit about things. Who carries things with them, like a purse or a backpack or something like that, or even a wallet in your pocket? Like a lot of us carry some things with us. So today, I thought we'd talk a little bit about things that I carry with me that are part of this congregation and the things that remind me of them. And you can see my beautiful purple chalice bag and everything. So I thought I'd bring some things that reminded me of things that I get at church. So first, this is Heinrich, who is my traveling gnome. And so Heinrich and I go on adventures together. I have pictures of him at Niagara Falls and other destinations that we've been to on our travels. And Heinrich is something that reminds me that I can explore the world around me and always have other people around me that care for me and are there. So that's what Heinrich reminds me of. I have a pride flag that I remember here, and everyone sees these here all the time. But it helps me remember to honor and care for people and let them be their authentic selves. Let's see what else is in my bag. A well-loved paintbrush. Is anyone surprised that I have one of those? So this is to remind me to look for the beauty in the world and that we can paint the world and make the world what we want it to be. Let's see. Oh, one of my favorites to carry is a slinky, and it reminds me to be flexible because there are new ideas and things to be explored here and new people and new ways to be together. So it helps me remember to be flexible, and it's also fun to play with. So, and then I have this beautiful amethyst in my bag, and that reminds me of the wonder of the earth that we live on and how beautiful they are, and not to take it for granted, that we can work together to help protect and be part of this beautiful world. And this is my favorite thing in my bag. This is my Wonder Woman dog, and this reminds me of strength. And so being strong in the world, and it also reminds me sometimes being strong can be asking for or giving a warm hug, and that's also strength. Let's see, what else do I have? So I have my wallet here, and it's not my credit cards nor the money in my wallet that is so important with me, what I carry in my wallet. I carry this, which is a origami heart out of a $2 bill that my daughter Ashley made me for Mother's Day. And it reminds me of how lucky I am to have the things that I have, and that my heart can be generous because I have so much, and hopefully I share that with people around me. Let's see. Last one. You ready? A mirror. So on this side of the mirror, I can look and I can see myself, and hopefully I see myself in new ways. But if all of you, can you see yourself in the mirror? That's what I see too, is the community and the love of the community that I have here. And those are things that I carry with me from First Parish wherever I go, even if I don't have all of those things with me. So every year, usually our first service, we do something that we call backpack charms. But they're not just backpacks. They can be purse charms. They can be on the side of your table charms. They can be whatever you want to put them there. But the reason I make them is for us to have just a little something to hold on to when you're not at First Parish, just to see, kind of remind you of all the things that you carry with you from this place, and have it be a comfort to you during the times that you're outside of First Parish. And this year, because the theme is filling up and spilling over, there is love on it, and then there's a couple of little drops to spill down. So I'm going to volunteer. Can you pass out to everybody? Oh, take one. And then I'm going to ask, Annie, will you pass out to everybody? Jason, and then Laurel, can you pass out to this side for me? Thank you. And choir, I have a basket for you that I forgot to put upstairs, but I promise they're charms for you. So now I get to do something that I don't usually do, which is why I have a sheet of paper, is I get to announce our offering for today. So the offering we give each week is a symbol of our commitment to this faith, community, and to the life and works of our congregation. Instructions on how to donate online are in the order of service. If you are here for the first time, please pass the plate by. You are our honored guest. We receive your generosity with gratitude and appreciation for all that sustains us. Your gifts maintain the strength of this community and all it does within the walls and the work we do outside of them as well. The offering will now be given.
Poet Naomi Shihab Nye tells this story. It's titled Gate A1. I was wandering around the Albuquerque airport terminal after learning that my flight had been delayed for 4 hours when I heard an announcement. If anyone in the vicinity of Gate A4 understands any Arabic, come to the gate immediately. Well, one pauses these days, but Gate A4 was my own gate, so I went there. An older woman in full traditional Palestinian embroidered dress, just like my grandma wore, was crumpled to the floor, wailing. "Help," said the flight agent. "Talk to her. What is her problem? We told her the flight was going to be late, and she did this." I stopped to put my arm around the woman and spoke haltingly. "Shudawa, Shubidak, Habibti, Stanishwe, Min Fadlik, Shubitsewi." The minute she heard any words she knew, however poorly pronounced, she stopped crying. She thought the flight had been canceled entirely. She needed to be in El Paso for major medical treatment the next day. I said, "No, we're fine. You'll get there. Just a little later. Who's picking you up? Let's call him." So we called her son, and I spoke with him in English. I told him I would stay with his mother till we got on the plane and ride next to her. She talked to him. Then we called her other sons, just for the fun of it. Then we called my dad, and he spoke for a while in Arabic and found out that, of course, they had 10 shared friends. Then I thought, well, just for the heck of it, why not call some Palestinian poets I know and let them chat with her? This all took up 2 hours. She was laughing a lot by then, telling of her life, patting my knee, answering questions. She had pulled a sack of homemade mamul cookies, little powdered, sugary, crumbly mounds with dates and nuts in them, from her bag, and was offering them to all the women at the gate. To my amazement, not a single woman declined one. It was like a sacrament. The traveler from Argentina, the mom from California, the lovely woman from Laredo, we were all covered in the same powdered sugar and smiling. There is no better cookie. I don't know about you, but it makes me want to try one of those cookies now. And then the airline broke out free apple juice from huge coolers, and 2 little girls from our flight ran around serving it, and they were covered with powdered sugar too. And I noticed my new best friend. By now we were holding hands. She had a potted plant poking out of her bag, some medicinal thing with green furry leaves. Such an old country tradition. Always carry a plant, always stay rooted somewhere. And I looked around that gate of late and weary ones, and I thought, this is the world I want to live in, the shared world. Not a single person in that gate, once the crying of confusion stopped, seemed apprehensive about any other person. They took the cookies. I wanted to hug all those other women too. This can still happen anywhere. Not everything is lost. Friends, hello. Did I suddenly lose this? Hello, hello? There, it's back. Friends, I don't know about you, but I love summer. Maybe because I was born under a sun sign. I love the sun. I love soaking up the warmth of a sandy beach, a rocky shore, or even my home deck chair. I love water. Ocean, river, lake, stream, even the backyard sprinkler, I will take it all. The slowness and fullness of summer days just fills me up over and over again every year. And I hope you got some of this summer too, that you filled yourself up with sunshine, with laughter, with being outdoors under a blue sky, not like today, but we had plenty of blue skies this summer, with swimming or boating or playing pickleball, with time, with outdoors with friends and family, and so much, much more. Because filling ourselves up that way can spill over into our lives, sustaining us through the colder days we know are ahead, like a warm comforter we can pull up over ourselves as the chilly nights set in. Now, I also know, for some of us, summer may not have offered this kind of sustenance and reprieve. Some may be struggling right now in personal and painful ways that we may or may not be ready to share. I'm glad, if that's you or any of us, that you felt brave enough to bring that here today, because this is a place, this must be a place that can hold all of what we bring. Our love for this community and each other is strong. It's way more than enough to hold all that needs holding. It fills us up, spilling over like an endless waterfall, and we can lean into that warmth, that well of connection when the need arises. The well is here for all of us as soon as we walk in that door. No permission or invitation needed. It is just here. So here's a summer story. My daughter Amy's first grade teacher, Ruth, was a dancer, a free-spirited kind of modern dance. Ruth had spent all her summers at a girls' dance camp in Upper New York State, and the girls in her class, who adored her, all wanted to go to camp with her the next summer, where she was then a counselor. They were all 7 years old. 6 of them signed up to go for a month. A month. Amy's dad and I were a little doubtful, but after much, much pleading, we agreed to 2 weeks. I remembered my own overnight camp experience, and I worried about homesickness, especially because this camp was 4 hours away. It wasn't as if we could just go pick her up anytime. When I mentioned my worries to a homeopathic doctor friend, she told me what she did after picking up her kids too many times late at night from a failed sleepover. She said, "Put some water from your home faucet into a small bottle and label it homesickness remedy. Tell them that when they miss home or their parents, just sip a couple of drops and it will help them sleep and they'll wake up feeling better." Somewhat doubtful, but willing to give it a shot, I tucked the tiny bottle in Amy's bag and explained it to her. I also told Ruth, the counselor, who was the counselor for all this little group of girls, about this little remedy. When we came 2 weeks later to pick Amy up, Ruth took me aside to thank me. Every night, she said, muffled sobs would begin from one or more of the little girls, often starting with Amy. Ruth explained to them that Amy's mom sent a homesickness remedy, and then she'd go around administering a small dropper full, which mixed with the tears on their pillows. And even though the water was from Amy's house, she told them, it came from the same source that came into their homes, so it would work for them too. And amazingly, Ruth said, it did work. The tears mostly abated, and when they returned, they took another sip of Amy's special water. That is how powerful belief is. Faith. the power of love, of connection, and the feeling of home. And that is at work for us here too. The water that we will bless here today may not be magical, but it holds faith and love and hope and dreams for the future, and all of that is powerful. It is what we call holy. And in the midst of all that is swirling around us in the world, all the things that don't make any sense and might cause us to doubt the goodness in the world or in other human beings, this small action, this is powerful. This community, this love that we have for each other and the world, it matters. What I wanted to say to you this morning, what I had in my heart and mind to say, well, I don't think anyone could say it better than Naomi Shihab Nye. She said, "This is the world I want to live in, the shared world. And this can still happen anywhere," she says. Not everything is lost. With the sharing of powdered sugar cookies and apple juice, with water labeled homesickness remedy, or with a warm smile and a gentle hug, it happens here every week. So welcome home. Whether it's your first time here or you've lost count of the number of years in this place, welcome. Welcome home. And now we turn to our annual water ritual. You may have noticed this bowl up in front here. And for our annual water ritual, we bring water from our homes or other watery sources and pour it into one container. Or if you forgot to bring water, you didn't know about it, we have a pitcher of water. You can pour that in. All of the water mixes together. And every drop has molecules of water from many, many different places. All life comes from water and needs water to survive. Water moves through the whole ecosystem, nurturing and transforming life as it goes. It rises from the ocean in evaporation, forming clouds in the sky, and blown by the winds, it returns to land as rain or snow. Precipitation falls into the soil, as we see, and gathers in streams and ponds. I wonder if anyone else collected rainwater the way I did this morning. Did anyone else do that? I found a puddle. Water also travels through the bodies of every living thing. Every being needs water. Insects, birds, mammals, fish, humans, trees, plants. But none of the water is isolated from the rest. Even our own bodies are part of the watershed. The water goes back to the air or the earth and continues in streams and rivers on its way to the ocean. The cycle keeps going round and round. All water on earth is really one water, continuously flowing through the biosphere. Isn't that a wonderful thought? All water on earth is one water. Even if we pour water from our kitchen tap, that water has been around the world on its journey. All water is connected, and it connects all of life. Now, every year we boil and save the water that we bless, our own mingled waters, the tangible manifestation of our spiritual well. We save that water all year long to use for various kinds of blessings and rituals. The water blesses and nourishes our roots, reminding us of our connection to each other, to this community, to the communion of all living things. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you to come forward with the water that you brought, or again, to pour some from this pitcher. And if you feel moved, you could stop at the microphone and share just one word about how your offering waters the roots of our community. And if you're watching at home, please get a glass or small bowl of water, and also feel free to put your word in the chat. So as we begin, please wait for an usher, and I regret that I did not brief the ushers ahead of time, and Kate will help too. And we're going to ask the people who are in the center sections to come down this way and go around back, and the people who are on the sides to just go around back and come down the center. Does that make sense? So if you're in the center sections, come. What's that? Yes, and one more thing Kate is reminding me. We have this theme of filling up and spilling over, and we wanted to make that visually evident by having you pour your water into that top little bowl, so eventually it will spill down into the big bowl. We thought that would be nice. So Polly's going to play for us, and we'll begin.
together, we bless them. So you might hold on one hand or both hands in blessing toward the water. And after I read each line, you respond by just saying, "This water is sacred." This water is sacred. It is made sacred by the many hands that poured it with intention and love. The many stories each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith. This water is sacred. May it continue to flow through this community with shining reflections of the unique gifts that flow through each of its members. May it continue to nurture this community, sustaining hope as we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred. May its ripples remind us that the changes and growth in this community bring movement and transformation to the world beyond our doors. This water is sacred. May its purity offer grace to our community with a willingness to forgive ourselves and one another when we make mistakes. This water is sacred. In moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and abundant love. This water is sacred. Blessed be. Amen. And now we are going to invite you to sing a hymn that you'll find the words in your order of service. This is "The Tide is Rising." And the choir is going to sing the first verse through once, and then we'll all rise and we'll sing it together. And you'll see there's "The Tide is Rising" in the first verse, and then it's "The task is mighty, the land is holy." You will catch on quickly, I know. So choir, lead us off.
Tide
Beloved friends, these are the words of Reverend Leslie Takahashi. Today we gathered as many drops, each winding our own path down life's surfaces and ruts. Here we pooled together as a single body, flowing together for a time. Together we are a stream, at times even a river, for with our shared force, we can travel toward oceans of meaning and seas of connection. Dear friends, go out into the world. Take all that we have shared here this morning. Be a blessing to all those you meet, and may you yourselves be blessed. Amen.